To say that people are interested in the ASUS Zenfone 2 is the understatement of the year. We had our website crash multiple times whenever any kind of Zenfone 2 related story is published, which gives you a good idea about the amount of interest for the new series of phones. The reason for the massive amount of buzz? Simple. Value for money. The ASUS Zenfone 2 is priced way lower than a lot of flagships by global brands, yet it packs comparable features and power. This video review focuses on the highest end Zenfone 2, the ZE551ML that has Intel's newest 2.3 GHz processor paired with a monstrous 4GB of RAM. ASUS is a company that's known for making very premium looking gadgets, from notebooks to tablets and now smartphones. The company hasn't really strayed from the design mantra that they employed with the original Zenfone series. The Zenfone 2 has an ergonomic curve that allows you to get a firm grip on the device, which aids immensely with one-handed use. Using the Zenfone 2 is really an experience in itself, as the phone is extremely easy to hold and operate one-handed despite the size. ASUS has improved the design of the previous device, and the Zenfone 2 now sports a plastic back with a brushed metallic finish, kind of like LG's G3. Like the G3, the Zenfone 2 also has a rear key design which places the volume rocker on the back. Unlike the G3, ASUS did not integrate the power button on the volume rocker and instead placed it on top of the phone. This arrangement makes it a bit of a pain to unlock the device using the power button, but thankfully the phone has double tap to unlock functionality that makes that complaint a moot point. The plastic back of the Zenfone 2 is removable, and once you pry it apart, you'll see the dual SIM slots, of which only one is LTE, and a microSD expansion slot, which allows you to bolster the already roomy 32GB of storage on board. The display is a 5.5-inch Full HD panel that's a stark contrast to the QHD panels being bandied about by flagships by its competitors. The upside is that the display uses less power compared to QHD and probably costs a whole lot less compared to other flagships out in the market. As far as the display quality goes, the one on the Zenfone 2 is fantastic with accurate color reproduction and good clarity. Just like the original Zenfone, the Zenfone 2 uses physical capacitive buttons on the bottom with the trademark Zen design on the chin. The capacitive keys don't light up, unfortunately, which is a bit annoying, especially when you're groping around in the dark for your phone. Like the previous Zenfone, the Zenfone 2 sports ASUS Zen UI, which other than being very easy to use, adds more functionalities on top of vanilla Android. New for the Zenfone 2 are a few new features that's not present in other models. The most prominent, for those who like leading double lives, is a Snap View feature. In a nutshell, think of it as a hidden account that only the owner, i.e. you, can access. It's accessed by a special second lock screen password that then allows you access to Snap View. All photos taken, or apps, or literally anything created with Snap View won't be shared with the regular account. Kids mode is essentially what it sounds like. A mode specially made for kids, which limits what your children can access on your phone. If you get a phone call while in kids mode, you will have to input your passcode to answer it, which potentially saves you from an embarrassing phone call where your boss gets to talk to your blabbering 4-year-old. The Zenfone 2 is one of the first phones in the world to offer 4GB of RAM. It's more than double what typical smartphones today offer, but not everybody knows exactly why we need that much memory. To put it simply, the more RAM you have, the more apps you can run in the background without closing any of them. That means you can quickly switch from game to app to game without having to restart or experience a sudden slowdown in performance. As far as actual performance is concerned, we're happy to report that Intel has learned its lessons with Moorfield. Thermal performance is a big issue with their previous generation of processors, which negatively impacts performance and degrades battery over time. The 2.3 GHz quad-core processor of the Zenfone 2 paired with the PowerVR's G6430 GPU is a winning combination and is able to power through all games and apps without negative performance issues. We've demonstrated before that the Zenfone 2's camera is capable of impressive image quality in both low light and HDR, at least in ASUS's own test booth. While technically the phone is capable of taking rather good photos in controlled environments, it's a different story once we move into real-world conditions. In a photo of the SM Aura taken around 2 PM, there's a very subtle green tint in the photo. The focus of the plate of the chicken wings also looks a bit soft and not quite as sharp as we would have liked. In a low-light image of the lanterns in Lucky Chinatown, the Zenfone 2 manages to capture a good image, though there are some details that are lost, like the individual ribs of the lanterns in the third and fourth row. The low-light photos confirm that ASUS prioritizes brightening photos via software at the cost of lost detail. You can see this in the original camera shootout we did for the Zenfone 2 and the Galaxy S6 Edge. The butterfly photo in that article has drastically reduced size because of the Pixel Master technology, which combines 4 adjacent pixels into one. The camera of the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge has a more expensive hardware and quality when it comes to their optics. To keep the price down, ASUS took the software optimization and calibration route to differentiate themselves by delivering brighter, low-light photos, thus their tagline, "See what others can't see." It's a brilliant marketing ploy, but might not impress people who are keen on details over brightness. On a more positive note, one of the things other than low light performance that we really liked about the Zenfone 2's camera is the comprehensive manual mode. You'd think that Zenfone 2's 3000 mAh battery would be enough for 2 to 3 days of use. Unfortunately, Intel may still need to work on the power efficiency of their Atom chips, as our battery drain test, HD movie, 50% brightness, 50% volume, revealed that the ZE551ML managed to run down its 3000 mAh battery in just 8 hours and 10 minutes. That translates to around a day and a half of light use, or less than a day of heavy usage. As a workaround, ASUS offers fast charging with this variant, and as we mentioned earlier, you can bring the phone back up to 60% from flat zero in just 39 minutes of full charging. The Zenfone 2 isn't a perfect smartphone, but then again, you'd be hard-pressed to find one that is. ASUS has certainly made a concerted effort to find the right balance in design, specs, performance, and price, and we can confidently say that they've just succeeded. It's amazing how much you get with the Zenfone 2 with the price that you're paying for it, considering the prices of other premium flagships. This is a perfect example of not having to give up an arm and a leg just to get a really kick-ass smartphone. Speaking of pricing, ASUS has so far not revealed the official SRP of the Zenfone 2 ZE551ML, though we're expecting it to retail under 16K, roughly the half of the price of other flagships. Considering that eventual pricing scheme, we think that the Zenfone 2 is a great buy, and we're expecting that this particular device to go flying off the shelves once it's officially available.